Welcome to the City of Manchester Stadium, where Manchester City take on Manchester United in the first derby match of the season. So I'm going to give you the two teams quickly before we kick off. Manchester City, this is their 11, Hart in goal. Company, Zabaleta, Koloff and the Stajic the back four. Nazari, Navaz, Fernandinho and Toure are the midfielders, with Negredo just in behind Aguero up top. Substitutes for City: Pantelimon, Richards, Lescott, Milner, Garcia, Zeko and Jokovic. For Manchester United, it's Derry De Gea in goal. Evra, Ferdinand, Smalling and Vidic the back four. Carrick, Young, Valencia and Fellaini in the midfield four, with Rooney playing in the attacking midfielder role in behind number 19, Danny Welbeck. Amos, Evans, Butler, Nani, Clevery, Kagawa and Hernandez are the substitutes. Manchester City in the sky blue shirts, of course. You don't need me to tell you that. The referee today, best referee we have in this country, it's Howard Webb from South Yorkshire, Rotherham to be exact. So it's City in the sky blue. He goes underway, taking the goal to my right. Unofficial delayed commentary of this game. Manchester United in the red shirts. So blue collides with red for the first time this season. The date of the game is the 22nd of September. And it could well be a pivotal date in the history of one of these two teams. Welbeck wants a goal kicker or a corner rather early doors, but he isn't going to get one as he pounced on a mistake there by Vincent Kompany, charging the ball down, getting towards the byline there, and he didn't come off. It didn't come off Kompany last. Now here's a chance. Jesus Navas to break forward here. He's going to be a key part in this sort of new look Manchester City side. Pellegrini and has built. Of course, these two managers, their first taste of this unique derby atmosphere means more to the City fans than it does more to United fans, I have to say. It's a great atmosphere, there's no doubt about it. It's some lovely atmosphere around the Etihad Stadium, or the City of Manchester Stadium that was formerly known. Gia Toure breaks into the midfield, finds Jesus Navas, back to Toure again, ball forward towards Sergio Aguero, but it's going to come to David De Gea in an all yellow strip. Stajic wins the header inside his own half. Manchester United won the corresponding fixture 3-2. 2 for Rooney and 2 for Van Persie, who's not in today. It's Van Persie, Rooney breaking through the centre of the field towards the City penalty area, and then Welbeck slips at the vital moment, and it's Nazari now on the far side for Manchester City. Back to Nastasic. Nastasic just swivels and plays it across to Vincent Kompany, going from left to right flank now with Zabaleta. No foul. Evra can charge forward. Now it's Marian Fellaini, the big tall Belgian international. Again, Evra dispossessed. And here comes Negredo trying to play Aguero in behind. Sergio Aguero on the near side, taking on Vidic. Gets a corner off him. Great start this from Manchester City. The atmosphere is white hot around the Etihad Stadium. It's going to be a corner from the right hand side, the City right, the near side is what I look on the television screen. Here's Nazari floated into towards the edge of the 6-yard box. The Stajic was attacking that, but it was headed away. Comes to Zabaleta now, just inside the United half, trying to play it in towards the United penalty area. It's going to come out, and it's going to be a throw on the far side, level with their own penalty area to Manchester United. First of a few Premier League commentaries on YouTube this year. We hope we get some great action over the next few weeks and months. Of course, the World Cup coming next year in Brazil, one of which I'm looking forward to, and some of these players might take part. Here's using the match, about 20 yards lines up the shot, hits it with the side of the right foot, but it's just gone a little bit too high into the United fans behind that goal, that right-hand goal rather. A little bit dozy there, and the clearance from Vidic. Just not punished enough there by Genius Navas. It looks a pretty good signing from City's point of view. City, who finished a long way back in the end, probably something like 12 points back on Manchester United in last year's Premier League. And Smalling has gone down injured. And a yellow card to Nastasic from Mr. Webb, the referee. That's a genuine challenge for a ball. I'm not sure whether you can call that a yellow card offence. I think Smalling's trying to make a lot of that. In a clash of heads, I don't think you can give a yellow card for, can you? He's a tad unlucky. It has to be said. 5 minutes gone in the derby in Manchester. And Nastasic now has to play the rest of the game, all 85 minutes of it, on a yellow card. Howard Webb maybe a little bit jumping the gun there with possibly a yellow card so early in a derby of this magnitude, but he felt he needed to take action. Smalling, I don't think Smalling was making a great deal about it. So a free kick to Manchester United just inside the Manchester City penalty, just inside I should say, the Manchester City half. Ferdinand with the right foot sends it in towards Wayne Rooney with a distinctive black headband around his head. Manchester United's only defeat this season, and it was a crucial defeat. Came at Anfield against Liverpool. Everett takes the trophy United. Back to Fellaini. Fellaini trying to find Ashley Young there. All being played back to Fellaini. Young is offside. As Rooney played that into him down the left-hand channel. Free kick to Manchester City. Lively start to the game. Been a lively 6 minutes. I get the feeling there may be goals in this. There's Pablo Zabaleta breaking down the City right-hand side, and it's Navas now going from right towards the left. Fernandinho in field. Was tagged there by Valencia. Free kick then to Manchester City. And the ball towards Negredo. Couldn't quite get a good purchase on the ball there, Negredo. And it's with Derry De Gea now, who can complete the clearance for Manchester United. We've played 8 minutes of this derby. Still no goals yet. Arsenal beating Stoke earlier on today by 3-1. Swansea beating Crystal Palace as well by the same scoreline. Cardiff and Tottenham currently 0-0. They kicked up at exactly the same time as this game, so we'll keep you up to date with what goes on there at the Cardiff City Stadium. De Gea with the kick, into touch, still just about midway inside his own half. So City get the throw. The sun is out for this derby game, and of course there's always drama when these two sides really meat is an explosive cocktail waiting to be shaken and stirred, and hopefully this evening will be of the no, or tonight rather, today will be of the no exception variety. Here's Nazari trying to turn away, and he finds Toure. Toure by getting it back again off the 1-2 off Sergio Aguero, but Fellaini intercepts, tries to find Wayne Rooney. Rooney completed his move to Manchester United from Everton on deadline day. And the one thing you could level against Manchester United in terms of signings, they haven't really made a big marquee signing as such yet under David Moyes. Moyes trusting the team that won the Premier League last season. And the only reason they won it was City were a little bit off colour in defending the title. Aguero inside the penalty area. Colour off with a cross, in towards the 6-yard area from the far side, and Vidic from almost underneath his crossbar, nodding it out for the corner. City really moving the ball around well here. Zabaleta, well, that was Colour off there, turning the ball back. Finished in the right place there, the skipper of Manchester United. Colour off, he's gone forward. Company's forward from the back as well. The status is up as well. There's about 2, 4, 5, 6 City players inside that United penalty area. Nasri to take the corner from the near far side, and De Gea punching at his near post. Got a good two-fist on it, but it's come out to Nasri. Level with the penalty area on the left-hand side. Crossing. The Stasic going up and then around the penalty spot area, and he couldn't got it goalwards. It's gone way wide of the goal. And Manchester United have a goal kick. Well, Pellegrini, the Manchester City manager, they had a bad defeat at Cardiff the other week when they were beaten 3-2. Their only defeat as well this season, as Ferdinand wins that header. I'll be interested to see who really comes out on top, because I've got a feeling and I've got a suspicion this may well be a close run thing, this Manchester derby today. Certainly has been in recent years. City doing the double the season before us with a 6-1 victory and then a 1-0 victory, which ultimately in the end won them the title, although they needed a last minute goal from Sergio Aguero against QPR, if you may remember, to win them that championship, their first since '68. Here's Zabaleta down the right hand side. Turns it in towards Navaz. Navaz cuts it in field. And City now just asking all the questions of the Manchester United defence. Fernandinho trying to thread a ball through. They'll get a second opportunity now to thread it through. Play on, says the referee. Here's Toure to Nazari. Nazari, 35 yards from goal. Will he shoot? He's chipped one in there towards Negredo. And away by Smalling and then Fellaini. Up towards halfway. The Stasic will keep it in, no problem at all. Great football again from City. Here's Kolarov now on to Nazari. Nazari checks back again, tries to create an opportunity here for Kolarov to get the cross in. Just too far there for Negredo, who did well to keep it in play. Here's Jesus Navaz. Toure on the edge of the penalty area. Shot came in from Nazari. It was charged down. It's now with Wayne Rooney. Trying to get it forward towards Marian Fellaini. Fellaini touches it onto Valencia. And now United try to break, but they can't get the ball out of Manchester City's half at the moment. City pinning Manchester United back well inside their own half here. City taking the game to Manchester United. And it's Yaya Toure. Toure just swimming away. First half possession, I can tell you, after almost a quarter of an hour, 65% to Manchester City, just 35% to Manchester United. Shows how much dominance and how dominant City are having, certainly with the ball at their feet. Joe Hart hasn't even had a shot to save. Hasn't had much to do, in fact. Here's Jesus Navas, profiting from a flick down by Negredo. Here's Toure now. Toure shoots from about 25 yards, gets a deflection off a defender there, and it's gone behind for the corner. Toure, he was terrific in Champions League action the other night, on the Tuesday then. So City third corner, taken short from Nasri. No, I don't think. Oh, and Rooney's kicked the ball straight at the City man, and that's got to be, well, Sergio Aguero, and he's not happy about that. Rooney, of course, Rooney's obviously petulant goals before him. He's a great, talented footballer, but his temperament is certainly. Well, I'm surprised Howard Webb hasn't booked him there for that. That was very unsportsmanlike conduct from Wayne Rooney. He's very lucky not to have been booked for that. His temperament has always been in question. His talent as a footballer, never in doubt. But when it comes to his temperament, there's always questions. There's always questions after that. Anyway, here's Nasri with a free kick into the edge of the 6-yard box again. Negredo trying to shoot again from just the edge of the D, but he was charged down, and here's Rooney, roundly booed by the Manchester City faithful, trying to get Welbeck through the middle. And Jesus Navas doing some good defensive work there to get the ball back to Joe Hart. City have it again with Nasri. Midway inside the United half, up towards the edge of the area on the left-hand side. Up against Smalling. Plays a good 1-2 with Kulov. Into the middle. Aguero shot! Hooked the ball into the net from just inside the 6-yard area. We have a goal in the Manchester derby. And it's gone the way of Manchester City. Sergio Aguero, but the move down the right-hand side between Messrs Sammy and Nasri and Alex Corral was brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Manchester United really. Nasri running it small in here. And there was the extra man down the left-hand side. And I have to say, Sergio Aguero had a bit to do there to hook it back past the goalkeeper De Gea. But my goodness, he did it well. Hooked it with his. Which foot did he use? I don't know. He went all sort of fast. He used his left foot, the side of his left foot, and he guided it in. Got in front of everyone, guided it into the corner of the net. And Pellegrini leads Moyes in the derby. It's his 50th goal, in fact, for Manchester City. Sergio Aguero, that's a nice way to bring that up. Finish having a go at for Valencia there for not picking him up. And the inquest has started in the Manchester United camp already. 16 minutes gone in the derby. Manchester City 1. Manchester United 0. Sergio Aguero the scorer. Well. Well, he's been an opposing manager 4 times before Pellegrini, and any of his sides have never scored a goal up until today. Here's Wayne Rooney now for United. Finds Young on the near side, the United left-hand channel. Crosses in from the left-hand side. Company just having to make sure that the ball went away from the goal as well, because he wasn't really to know that there was no one there, but you've got to be sure of yourself that you've just got to get it away safely, and that's what Company did. United's first corner then. Vidic has come forward. He's marking Karov there just on almost the edge of the 6-yard box. Smalling has gone forward. Welbeck is at the far post. Vidic has gone right in on the goalkeeper here. Ready to take it from the right-hand side, the far side. Fellaini jumping there. He was one of the tallest men in there, but he was out-jumped. And now City can attack. And they're attacking well. It's the goal scorer, Aguero. Aguero down the right-hand channel, plays it infield. And Negredo turns, carry one way and the other. Zabaleta now going over to the far side. Nasri. Zabaleta on the overlap if he chooses to use him. Goes in field to Toure. He's edge of the penalty box now. The ball. And it's with Jesus Navaz on the right hand side. And he's running at Ashley Young here. And he gets the crossing towards the penalty area. Zabaleta attacking. And Nasri shoots from just inside the area on the volley. And he missed by an inch or two there, just over the top of the crossbar. I think, in fairness to David De Gea, he would have had it covered anyway. Manchester United goal kick. And Nasri is having plenty to say in this opening 20 minutes of the game. Well, this is really set the game up now, that early goal. Nasri buzzing down that left-hand channel. And watch the way, I've just seen the way that... the way Koloff gets in behind the defence, and Aguero's technique was superb. He had to bend his body at least 180 degrees just to get it in the right position to put the ball in the net. Well, this is brilliant stuff at the moment in this Manchester derby. I commentated on a real rip-roaring East Lancashire derby involving Burnley and Blackburn the other week, and it was just as frenetic as this one is. Well, David De Gea had no chance with the goal. That's the first thing that needs to be said. Oh, the referee's giving a free kick to Manchester City. Wayne Rooney is not getting anything his own way at the moment. No, Rooney's just looking for that, I think, and referee's not going to buy anything like that. Here's Nasri now for City. Ferdinand cuts the ball out, ball back to De Gea, who kicks it right-footed down the ground. Rooney again involved, and he's going to get booked if he's not careful. His bandage has come off. His headband's come off. Surely Howard Webb's patience is being tested now by Ray Rooney. They're both battling for it. It's 6 of one, half a dozen the other. I think the referee is doing the right thing. Rooney's just got to watch his mouth now. These derbies are usually very good. The Merseyside derby is always a good watch as well, between Liverpool and Everton, of course. That's coming up in November. And of course, there's the Milan derby and the El Clasico, and so many other derbies in and around European football at the moment. The cross comes in, it's too close to Joe Hart that time. There's a cross from the near side. Well, just about halfway through the first half. City 1, United 0. Sergio Aguero after 16 minutes. He's got the all important goal. And Toure breaks down the right hand channel. Everett checking back at him. And Toure cleverly swivels, tries to get the crossing low, but Fellaini charges it down. And it's Young at the other, breaking through the middle. And Welbeck is broken through the centre here. He's got Valencia out on the far side, and he's got Wayne Rooney through the middle. Rooney shoots. It's gone wide, but he's offside anyway. Moved a bit too soon, according to the assistant on that far side. And it's a free kick to Manchester City. I've just seen a replay of how far Wayne Rooney was offside by. There's a half a yard in it. Half a yard off. Actually, Joe Hart did make the save. Not it was going to count too much in the end. City have had 6 attempts to United 0. And on target, just the one, but it's counted. Big time. Collar up again. Oh, that could be a penalty. That looked a very clumsy challenge there by Smalling. I have to say that. I thought that was a penalty. Well, Smalling looked as if he was... Well, I've seen less given for that, but it's only a City corner. Nasri to swing it into the near post. Headed away by Manchester United. Well, plenty of talking points from this derby so far. That's a foul on the Stasic by Marian Fellaini. And there's frustration in the red half of Manchester at the moment. They're being annihilated here. Nasri has been almost dead on with the set plays and the overall open play that he's produced today so far in the opening 25 minutes. He's over the set piece. He's having plenty to say in this opening 25 minutes, Samir Nasri. City have only got 3 in the box to United's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Do you think Robin van Persie in exactly the same spot as Kolarov goes short into the... Oh, that could have gone anyway. That looked like a pass back by... Well, I have to say, I've seen indirect free kicks given for that. It could have been... I think Everett looked from the naked eye as if it looked at a pass back. And you're not allowed to pick the ball up from the pass back to the goalkeeper. I'm surprised the referees let United off there a little bit. Certainly the crowd agreed with what I saw. Here's Pablo Zabaleta for Manchester City. Infield to Jesus Navas. Back to Vincent Kompany. Now the Stasic. Here's Sergio Aguero, whose goal divides the team. 26 minutes gone. Here's Yaya Toure down towards Zabaleta on the right-hand side. And the ball again comes to Nasri. Nasri again just checks back and plays the right pass there to Yaya Toure. Now Fernandinho. Fernandinho turns away. Nasri in a bit of space inside the centre circle. Still the game being played in the Manchester United half of the field at the current moment. Here's Alex Kolarov. Back to Samir Nasri. Samir Nasri to Fernandinho. Fernandinho under pressure from Danny Welbeck-Taz. Back to Nasri. Nasri. Fellaini this time tracking him. Plays the ball through to Aguero. Aguero just dropping back now in this last 5 or 10 minutes. Here he is now on the ball now through the centre of the field. Plays the 1-2 with the Negredo. And Nasri again. And Sergio Aguero, he was just behind Nasri as he tried to play it into the penalty area. It's gone behind and it's a goal kick to Manchester United. But City enjoying themselves in this 27 minutes that have been played. As we've just seen a replay, well, you could maybe, and a bit of a hindsight, maybe Kolarov was just lucky for it a little bit, to be fair to Chris Smalling. Although when you see it from a real time and from real speed, it looked as if Smalling had obstructed him. But we'll give the referee a bit of credit there because he only has one look at him, and I think he just about got it right. United have it now with Evra to Young on the left-hand side. Young trying to check back. Zabaleta not giving him any room to knock the ball into the area, so he had to go infield to Wayne Rooney. Plays a ball out to the far side, and Valencia shakes off Kolarov. And Valencia into the area, trying to pull the ball back by the byline. He was charged. It was cut out by a City player, and it's Manchester United's throw. Smalling to take, level with the penalty area of Manchester City. Smalling gets it back. Carrick jumps in the air or funnels for the ball with Aguero. United get the throw. Taken by Carrick to Fellaini. Fellaini back to Carrick on the far side. Back to Smalling. Now Vidic just inside his own half, inside the centre circle. As he'd have to Smallwin, infield to Carrick. Now back out to the right hand side. And Smallwin gives it away. Now Negredo to Aguero. Aguero onto Negredo. Negredo now handballing towards the edge of the penalty area. Shoots the appeal for a handball against Rio Ferdinand. Certainly Negredo thought it was a handball. I'd have to see a replay of that again. It was struck about 2 yards from Ferdinand. I'm not sure the referee could have been given for that. Rooney's been penalised. It's gonna, well, it had been coming from the first moment. Rooney can have no complaint at all. Howard Webb, he's talked his way into the book. He's talked his way. It's a free kick, yes, but he's talked his way in the book. He can have no complaints. And David Moyes having words with the fourth official there, but Howard Webb has had enough of Rooney's persistent complaining. And it was only a question of time before Rooney was going to get booked. Matter of time. He's got to watch his step now for the remaining, 55 minutes of the match. No, 60 minutes of the match. I'm sorry. We're playing almost half an hour. Here's Wayne Rooney. The derby's going Manchester City's way. There's still a long, long way to go in this match. Here's Fellaini. Back to Carrick. Carrick infield towards Welbeck. Now Ferdinand. Midway inside the City half. Knocks the ball in towards the City penalty area. It's come off a City head player first and it's out for the throw. This has been a fantastic first half. Jesus Navas conceded the throw. Throw's been taken. It was from the edge of the... Well, it was level with the edge of the penalty area anyway. And it's back with Ferdinand. Ferdinand turns away and it's Valencia again. Smallwin is on the overlap, but he's in field now with Fellaini. Fellaini playing out to the far side in Patrice Evra. Evra to Rooney, who's now got to watch his step for the remaining 60 minutes that remain in this football match. It's Manchester Derby going the way of Manchester City. United in attack have been nothing short of poor. David Moyes, who's never won an away derby as Everton manager, he always took his Everton team to Anfield and always got beaten each occasion. His only ever derby wins all came when he was in the home dugout at Goodison Park in his days as Everton manager. But he's not finding this derby experience. That looked like a handball against Evra. But he's play on, says the referee. Evra crosses the line into the penalty area. And I think the referee has blown for a free kick. Mike Malarkey there on the near side. Here's the assistant. Darren Can, of course, on the far side now. That looked like a handball. And the ball did actually cross the line as it was. That's the run from Evra was predicted. So a little bit of justice done. I know City would feel that they'd rather have the free kick than the throw. They've got a free kick now, though. Ashley Young, little man penalised. Manchester United's next game is on Wednesday against a returning Luis Suarez in Liverpool. Should be a game to save at Old Trafford. How will Manchester United react to being beaten? How will Manchester United react to whatever happens today with that one? We'll wait and see and find out. Meanwhile, it's City on the break here with Nazari. Nazari to Toure and Negredo with his shield head. He was something like 35 yards out from goal. Toure trying to feed it into Negredo and made a great late dash, and Navas went flying in. But the challenge came in and it had to be time runner. Here's Fellaini now leading the charge out for Manchester United. It's Chris Smalling out on the far side, Valencia on the far side. And still, United probing, but not getting no reward. They haven't tested Joe Hart in that goal yet. Zabaleta stopped Jug in his tracks. He came in from the right and tried to track in field. It wasn't a good move, and it's Nasri now charging over the halfway line in field. He's inside the United half. Nasri looking towards the right. He plays it to Yaya Toure. Now back to Nasri. Cuts him just from the right. And Aguero now towards the edge of the penalty area. Kolarov now on the far side. Playing 1-2s with Nasri. And they've played him like they have for Will. But yes, they've just been, in every department, superior to Manchester United. And the ball from Negredo to Aguero was just a bit overhit. And behind for the goal kick. This football that City is serving up is some of the best football we've seen so far in the Premiership this season. Certainly United have got no answer to it, and in some respects they should be lucky to be still 1-0 down in a lot of respects, because City have just have played United off the park so far. Free kick though to United on the halfway line, found by Nastasic, who's got to watch his step now. Of course, he was booked in the 5th minute rather. Back to Manchester for a derby match of this magnitude. I think 2 yellow cards has been pretty good going. Nastasic and Rooney, one each from either side now, carrying a booking. Of course, the second booking for either of them two rules them out of the rest of this game. And probably a match and 1 match suspensions. Here's Everett now to Young. Young back to Michael Carrick. We've not seen a lot of in that midfield area, trying to spread the ball into the area, but again, City clearing away well. Ferdinand hoisting the ball over to the far side, and Young having to use his strength and his control and his skill to keep that one in play. Rooney knows that pass wasn't a good one, but it's just about found Valencia. Now back to Smalling. Smalling in field to Carrick. Carrick touches it on to Wayne Rooney. Rooney about 25 yards from goal. Oh dear me, that was a poor ball to Welbeck there, and Welbeck was able to just control it and then just play it back to Rooney. Now Carrick has it now, and they're playing it back towards the halfway, but it's now gone on the left-hand side, and it's Everett to Fellaini to Young. Everett makes the run. Everett's cross deflected, and Joe Hart was fouled by Danny Welbeck. Free kick to Manchester City. Joe Hart coming out to claim the ball. Welbeck high foot on the goalkeeper. Free kick, the correct decision. In this it's obstruction, isn't it? And it's silly things like that that are probably going to cost Manchester United dear. Change of manager and their transfer business very early in the summer months. The 4 players in peak condition are certainly coming up to that. Free kick to Manchester City. We're inside the last 10 minutes of the game, of the first half rather. And the owners are in the crowd today, and they'll be pleased, although they look very poker faced to me. There's no suggestion of a smile from any of them at the moment. Still a long way to go, but they're getting a good performance here. They're being royally entertained. For all the millions they have spent over the last few years, it's brought them 1 FA Cup and a Premier League title. They're in the hunt for 4 trophies at the moment. They're still in the Capital One competition. The FA Cup's still to come. They finished runners-up to Wigan, and they deserve to finish runners-up because they were second best to Wigan throughout that final. Aguero, of course, you may remember from a previous commentary game at Old Trafford in the last Manchester derby, scored the winning goal in a 2-1 win for City. In fact, that was Roberto Mancini's final game as City manager for that particular derby. Anyway, here's Vincent Kompany, him and the Stadics have been terrific. They've been rocks defensively, and now Negredo has got a 3-run. United players back it off. Negredo's shot from about 35 yards. Gets a deflection. City have the corner. Well, United looking absolutely ragged defensively here at the moment. It was more or less 3-on-3 in an attacking and defensive sense. We're falling way out of position. Ferdinand had to back off. Now Negredo to have the shot, and he charged it down in the end. The corner comes in by Nazareth towards the near post. De Gea having to palm that one behind, and a challenge from Company inside the 6-yard area for another City corner. Once again, Company trying to get across David De Gea this time. Nazareth will try once again. Get the ball into the United penalty area. We're coming up towards the last 5 minutes of the first half. Nazareth swings the corner in. De Gea didn't get enough purchase perhaps on the punch, but Young bails him out. Gets the ball towards the halfway line. And Jesus Navas keeps City in possession. Fantastic atmosphere. Pablo Zabaleta are in a good match so far. So too Manchester City. It's a master. Manchester United have a tremendous Manchester City having a tremendous first half here at the moment. Young trying to curl one in from the left hand side. We're inside the last 5 minutes here at the Etihad of the first half. City 1, United 0. That's a Manchester United throw to the. Is it? No, it's been given the other way. Jesus Navas has got the decision. Howard Webb's decision is final. Mike Malarkey thought it was a United throw, but Howard Webb had other ideas, and it's a City throw taken by Zabaleta to Negredo. Negredo deciding to play the ball back to Joe Hart. There was no other avenue realistically there. And Negredo, rather Nazareth trying to turn on the sixpence, and Negredo trying to get him, try and block David De Gea's route out. And his long kick is intercepted by Company midway inside the City half. It's back with United now in their own half, but it's back to David De Gea in all canary yellow shirt. The old canary yellow strip, I should say. But still, the game well and truly up for grabs here. And it's come to Valencia. Valencia has the shot from about 20 yards, and it's gone way wide of Joe Hart's far post. And a goal kick to Manchester City, and that was the first opportunity that Manchester United have had to have a shooting attempt, which is not a good enough for a United side of that magnitude, I'm afraid. 7 attempts to 1 in Manchester City's favour. Still that one shot on target, which went City's way, and that was the goal. And Aguero got when he had to turn his body about 180 degrees just to try and direct the ball with the side of the foot in the back of the net. We're inside the last couple of minutes. We're inside the last 3 minutes at least of the first half here. And here's Valencia on the far side, and the ball out for the throw to Manchester United. They've started to get in the game a little bit more, United. City still now becoming the dominant force in terms of possession and chances created. But at 1-0, United are still in the game. Smalling now trying to build something down the left-hand side. He's won a free kick in a promising position. It's midway inside the Manchester City half of the field. So opportunity knocks perhaps for United to get themselves a late equaliser before the half-time interval. Smalling did score a goal in the derby. That was in a Community Shield match at Wembley Stadium 2 years ago. And it's Rooney from the left-hand side. Going to be a right-footed delivery towards the City penalty area. They're all lined up, blue and red shirts, spread eagle almost round that D in one big line. Two in the City wall. Remember, the wall has to be exactly 10 yards away from the ball. One more as Rooney rather sent it in. But Yaya Toure was supposed to intercept. Oh, he's far shown. He tries to chip the goalkeeper from about 35 yards. He's got it badly wrong. In fact, I think he was trying to chip it in for Danny Welbeck. It looked for me as if it was a shooting opportunity, and it's gone wayward. And a goal kick to Manchester City. We're inside the last minute of the first half. And then it'll be down to the fourth official to tell us what extra time will be added on at the end of that particular first half. And Joe Hart, who's not had a save to make, kicks right-footed towards the City right-hand channel. And City get a throw. It's important now that United don't concede a goal until half-time, of course, because if they do, they're in big trouble there. Zabaleta to take the throw. Well, what a first half it has been. If you're a City fan at the moment, they've certainly been the better side in terms of possession and chances created. There's no doubt about that. City get a throw just over halfway inside the Manchester United half of the field, and it's going to be Zabaleta to take. Back to Zabaleta second time round, and it's a corner to Manchester City, and this might be the last action. There's 1 minute of added time, and we're now 30 seconds into that 1 minute of time added on. Is there another twist in the tail on Derby Day at the end of the first half? And we'll be all happy for a half-time cup of tea come half-time, as Nasri will take another corner. Company's up from the back. Here it comes, right-footed, and it's gone in! And it is far post by Toure. He stuck out a leg. He was onside. And it's from way inside the 6-yard area. He stuck out the left leg. And Manchester City are 2-0 into the lead. I said it may be a late twist, and it's been provided by Yaya Toure of Manchester City. Nasri's right-footed corner into the penalty area from the right-hand side. United were poor with the marking here. A little flick on by the Stasic, was it? But whoever got the flick on, it was a good flick on. It was, it was left unmarked, and maybe Valencia again may have to take some of the blame there. In fact, I think it was Negredo who flicked it on, in fact. And number 2 for City. What a fillip for them. 2-0. Well, they need to come from 2 down now, Manchester United. Yaya Toure makes it 2-0 to Manchester City. And surely that'll be the last act now before Mr. Webb, who's now only checked his watch once now at the end of this first half. And there he goes, blows the whistle. And Manchester City have a big step towards Derby Day delirium and delight. Goals from Sergio Aguero after 15 minutes. And Yaya Toure from the corner after Negredo had flicked on Nasri's right-hand side corner. 1 minute into time added on for stoppages has given the blue half a big lead over the red half, and we'll be back with more drama in the second half here in this Manchester derby. Half time then at the City of Manchester Stadium. Manchester City 2, Manchester United 0.